first aspect that I'm going to talk about is what is the green color of the logo just behind me. It's self. The next aspect is service. That's the blue color on the logo behind me. The next aspect, which is social, this is the color red on social. The last aspect, which is the yellow color in the logo, is what's called senses. And the sum total of all of these four, green self, blue service, red social, and yellow senses, is a 100-point score. Welcome to episode 7 of season 2 of the One Life Theory podcast. My name is Rajiv. This is step 4 of the 7-step framework, and this is the crux of the entire framework. This is the main step. This is called the 100-point One Life score. This score is actually a measure of how fully and usefully are you living your life. Even if your happiness quotient on a scale of 10 is, let's say, 8, it's useful to take this score to see if you really are living a full and useful life. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. And for all you know, your happiness score may be lesser, maybe 4 to 5. And on taking the score, you might land at a 60 to 70. Who knows, maybe you're actually living a life that you didn't even realize. Either ways, it's extremely important for you to understand the origin of the score as well as how to take that. This season, this episode certainly is not going to get into the actual 100-point score, but it's going to give you a flavor of what the score is going to be made of. So let's get started. The first aspect that I'm going to talk about is what is the green color of the logo just behind me. It's self. Self has 3 sub-aspects. The first is the mind, how sharp and how strong is your mind. The second aspect of self is your soul, how good and how peaceful is your soul. And the third is your body, how strong is your body both internally as well as externally. These are 3 aspects sort of broken down into 30 different parameters that measure how strong is your self. Now this is the first aspect, this green color. And there is this very strong reason, because if your self at the end of the day is not very strong, you're not going to be shining on the other aspects of life at all. So self across these 3 aspects, 30 micro aspects, is the first part of the 100-point One Life score. The next aspect is service. That's the blue color on the logo behind me. Service, again, is about your contribution and your purpose and how you're working. It is also about the wealth you're making. Service has, again, 3 parts. The first part is skills. Skills is further subdivided into behavioral and functional. The second aspect is your career. How strong and how impactful is your career, as well as how much is your career growing over the years. The third aspect of service is wealth. Wealth, again, has 2 parts. One is income, one is investments. Now, across these 3 aspects, 6 sub-aspects, there are going to be 30 micro aspects on service. Service, again, is a big part of anyone after they cross 20 and all the way up to 60 or 70. So blue, which is service, is the second most important aspect of whether you're living a full and useful one life. The next aspect, which is social, has 25 components across, again, 3 sub-aspects. The first aspect, as everyone would feel and know, is romance. How well is your romantic counterpart in terms of compatibility, and how well are they in terms of companionship? So that's the first part. The second is about parenting. Now, whether you're a child to a parent, or whether you're a parent to a child, or whether you're both, the second aspect will cover all of this. The third aspect is how well are you connected with your friends and family. And this is the color red on social. And that's the third aspect. You have 25 points for social. The last aspect, which is the yellow color in the logo, is what's called senses. Senses, again, consists of 3 aspects. One is lifestyle. How good a lifestyle are you leading? Second is media. Are you up to speed on all the top media, movies, music, TV, sports and stuff? And the third is travel. Are you well traveled? Are you exploring different diverse cultures? This is the color yellow, has 15 points to this. And the sum total of all of these 4, green self, blue service, red social, and yellow senses, is a 100-point score. Now, what that 100-point score, of course, we will come to that in far more detail in season 3. But for now, assume that you're going to be measured across how well you're living life across all of these different aspects. And that's step number 4 of the 7-step framework.